teased a project on X but hasn't shared details yet. Fans are curious and some skeptical as Meek expands his reach beyond music. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You deserve a car that thrills you, a car that puts goosebumps on your goosebumps. At Nissan, they've got everything from turbocharged SUVs to 100% electric vehicles that'll make your heart beat faster. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Naomi Osaka is playing like a Grand Slam tennis champion again. Osaka, the number 23 seed at the U.S. Open, eliminated Coco Gauff, the number 3 seed. Osaka needed only 64 minutes to beat Gauff, 6-3 and 6-2. Gauff had 33 unforced errors. Osaka, a 4-time Grand Slam champion, is in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam event for the first time in 4.5 years. She faces Karolina Muchova of Czechia on Wednesday. Venus Williams advanced to the quarterfinals of the doubles competition at the U.S. Open. The 45-year-old Venus and Leylah Fernandez beat Ekaterina Alexandrova and Zhang Shuai 6-3 and 6-4. Venus and the 22-year-old Fernandez had never played together before this year's U.S. Open. They will play in the quarterfinals today against Taylor Townsend and Katerina Siniakova. You can catch today's doubles match live on ESPN at 1 p.m. Pacific time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Every honeybee feels with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. When you're passing by, flowers droop and sigh. I know the reason why you're much sweeter. Goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. Don't buy sugar. You just have to touch my cup. You're my sugar. Sweet when you stir it up. When I'm taking sips from those tasty lips, it seems a honey valley drips. Your confection, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose.
I didn't want to step on the scat. You don't step on Dee Dee's scatting. I said earlier in today's program that Had to go to a birthday party this weekend, and at this party, a young man walks up to me, introduces himself, and starts talking. And as the conversation goes on, he's telling me about this amazing jazz artist he had seen the day before. His young son, is getting into jazz, is a drummer, and he took his son to this concert this weekend. He was raving about this woman named Dee Dee, who just killed it at the Leimert Park Jazz Festival over the Labor Day weekend. He said, I can't recall her last name, Mr. Smiley, but some woman named Dee Dee, and she was amazing. And I smiled, and I said, Bridgewater. He said, excuse me? I said, Bridgewater. That's her last name, Dee Dee Bridgewater. And by the way, she'll be on the show Tuesday in my final hour. And indeed, Dee Dee Bridgewater is here alongside Bill Charlap to talk about their new album, Elemental. It has been far too long, Dee Dee Bridgewater. I love you. How are you?
Oh my goodness, Tavis. This has made my day, my week, my month, my year to hear your voice and to be reconnected. I'm thrilled.
No,
Thrilled.
It's an honor.
Yes.
It's an honor always to be in conversation with you. And so let me just back up right quick. So I told that story.
Yeah.
I told that story about the weekend. That's a true story. That this guy, while he was just going on and on, he said, "Her name is Dee Dee. Her name is Dee Dee." And I just smiled. And I said, "Bridgewater. I know who she is. She's my friend, and she's tuning." I said, "Tune in Tuesday." He's probably listening right now. So I hope he's tuned in because I told him you're gonna be here.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So in the last hour, we were talking with Sonny Rollins. Of course, Sonny Rollins turns 95. Wow. Turns 95 later this week, and Dr. Cornel West was on last hour. So I connected. So I started the hour with Cornel, Dr. West, and then we brought in Sonny Rollins, and I let the two of them say hello to each other, and that was a moment to listen to Cornel West and Sonny Rollins love on each other. That was a moment, and then Dr. West says to me, "Now Brother Tash, you got Dee Dee coming up because Cornel West knows everything." He says,
Yes,
Dee Dee. He said, Dee Dee and Sonny did some stuff together. I said, "Yes, Dr. West, I'm fully aware of that. I've done my research." So I want to start this hour before I bring Bill into the conversation. I'm glad to have him on. Let me just say hello first of all. Bill, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, and I'm delighted and honored to be here with you.
I am honored to hear your voice, and we're going to talk about your great music with Dee Dee as we move through this hour. But Dee Dee, because, again, yes, Dr. West is right that you and Sonny Rollins have done some stuff together over the years, just say a word about Sonny Rollins. Take it anywhere you want to take it. He's 95 later this week. Talk to me about Sonny Rollins.
Well, Sonny Rollins, first of all, 95.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Praise God. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Sonny, I kind of started with Sonny. I was really fortunate when I moved to New York during my first marriage with Cecil. And Sonny used to call me up, and I didn't really understand the magnitude of what was happening to me with all of these jazz legends that would call me, because back then we didn't, we had to call on a landline.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
So he would call me up with that voice and say, "Dee Dee, this is Sonny, I'm doing this gig at for the Jazz Society or something like that in New York City. Would you come and sing with me?" And I was like, "Yes." I never forget. I get off and I would go to Cecil. That was Sonny Rollins, and he'd go, what, So I would do these in the moment gigs with Sonny, and then a couple of times on some festivals, he would have me come on stage with him, and I used to run into him a lot at the this jazz festival in France, not the Nice Jazz Festival. Oh, Jazz à Juin, in Juin-les-Pins. And we were always housed in the same hotel. And so, sometimes we would have breakfast together. I've just had this wonderful, wonderful relationship with this man. I mean, one time we did, we've had just so many intersections. There was a show at Town Hall, and I was co-hosting, and it was like honoring cabaret artists, and they asked him to come. And when he came on stage, because Sonny's a dresser too, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he had on a red jacket, and I had on a gold dress. And I said, Sonny, look at you in that red jacket and, and that boy, look at you in that gold dress. And the audience fell out laughing. And so did we.
Yeah.
I love Sonny. I haven't
No,
talked to Sonny in years, but what an incredible, incredible human being.
no, it's hard.
Incredible,
No, I couldn't agree.
incredible.
Couldn't agree more. It's hard to meet anybody who is more incredible and nicer and kinder and gentler. Always learning, always loving. Just an amazing guy. And I said earlier that I am blessed to have had one more public conversation with Sonny Rollins. And we just celebrated before you came on his 95th birthday again later this week. But we are delighted to move from Sonny Rollins to Dee Dee Bridgewater and Bill Charlap. We'll talk about their new project, Elemental, for the rest of the hour when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
Stir it up when I'm taking sips from them juicy lips. It seems the honey fairly drips. Your confection, goodness knows. Honey, honey, suckle rose. Your confection, goodness knows. Honey, suckle rose.
From the Mert Park with love, this is Tavis Smiley.
Make a move into a home of your own. With City National Bank's Ladder Up Home Loan Grant, you could receive up to $20,000 that you never need to pay back. Use it toward your down payment, save on closing costs, or to buy down your mortgage rate. Find out more at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Property must be in a qualifying market in California, New York, or New Jersey. Additional terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Terms are subject to change without notice. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 536994.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-297-1563 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-297-1563. That's 800-297-1563. What do you have to lose? Call 800-297-1563. Again, 800-297-1563.
Freedom is an endless meeting, so let's get back to it with Tavis Smiley.
In the still of the night, as I gaze from my window, at the moon in its flight, my thoughts all stray to you. still of the night, while the world is in slumber. Oh, the times without number, darling, when I say to you, do you love me?
Every time I want to jump in, I stop myself. My staff is laughing at me. I'm like, it's like double dutch, right? I'm trying to figure out how to jump in, and the truth is, I don't really want to jump in because Dee Dee sounds so good that I hate stepping on her. As I said earlier, I am honored, I am thrilled, I am delighted, I am grateful to be in conversation in this hour with the brilliant Dee Dee Bridgewater and the amazing Bill Charlap to talk about their new collaborative project. It is called Elemental. Bill, Dee Dee was saying earlier in sharing the story about Sonny Rollins, how she would often get these phone calls from Sonny Rollins. So I'm curious, who called who? Did Dee Dee call you, Bill? Did you call Dee Dee about getting together for this project?
Well, Dee Dee called me.
And what did she say, Bill Charlap?
Well, I'll let Dee Dee tell that story, how it happened, because I think she can give you the genesis of how it all came together.
Okay, Miss Bridgewater, you're on. You're on, Miss Bridgewater.
Okay, well, you know, Tavis, you know that, you know, from all of our times together, that I'm just a little crazy, and I'm willing to share that with the audience. And I hear voices, you know, and no, but seriously, I do have what I call my God voice that speaks to me occasionally, and most of my musical projects have happened because of this voice. So in this particular instance, one day in January of 2019, I wake up and this voice says Bill Charlap, and I go, what? And then it repeats, but louder, Bill Charlap. And so when I hear the voice and it's loud, I'm like, okay, I got to do this. So I said, okay. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what? I didn't understand this at all. So I called my agent, a gentleman named Jack Randall, and I said, Jack, I just heard my voice and it said Bill Charlap. And so he goes, because he knows about the voice. And he says, so do you want me to call Bill? You know, I rep Bill. And I was like, what? So I didn't know that Jack also was Bill's agent. So I said, yes, I think I'm supposed to work with him. And, you know, and I said, you know, him and I. But I said to Jack, I think I didn't even say that. I said, I think I'm supposed to work with him. So he calls Bill and asked Bill if he'd be interested to work with me. And, you know, Bill at first thought that I meant to work with Bill's trio. And then Jack said, no, just you and Dee Dee. And that's how it started. And Bill said, yes. Bless his heart. Bless your heart, Bill. See what has happened to you because you said yes to me.
I've gotten a musical, spiritual gift in my life.
Yeah. I want to talk about that musical and spiritual.
That's forever.
Yeah, I want to talk about that musical and spiritual gift, Bill, in just a second here. Before I do that, though, because I can't leave this on the table. Dee Dee, I am curious about this inner voice, and I'm asking it because I know too many people, including yours truly, from time to time, who has made the mistake, who have made the mistake of not listening
to
that inner voice. Yeah, that inner voice. So just talk to me about what you've learned over the years about listening to and not listening to that inner voice.
Well, you know, Tavis, when I haven't listened to that inner voice, whatever the thing is that was on the table at the time, you know, that I was dealing with, it would always go awry. It would always just be awful. It would just bad. And so I think from, you know, having those experiences over the years, I have learned that when I hear it, I better listen to it. Every time that I have listened to it, everything goes smoothly. It goes the way it's supposed to. If it is a situation that is new, which is the case with Bill and I, it morphs into something that is always beautiful and positive, and oftentimes in a business sense, profitable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it just leads to when I listen to the voice, because now I would have to say since I hit 50,
Mm-hmm.
I've really started paying attention to the voice. And since I would say my 60s, I don't even stray, I don't question it.
Yeah.
In my 50s, I remember sometimes I would question it, but because of experience and not listening,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew that
Yeah.
I'd better. But now I listen without any question, and I follow through. I try to follow
See,
through, and it's always been a blessing.
yeah.
Always.
See, the other part of this, and I'm getting to this. I'm going to let Bill unpack this gift that he referred to a moment ago, working with you.
Mm.
I'll do that in a second here. But part of what I'm hearing in this conversation with you now, Dee Dee, is that as you've gotten older, although I don't like the word older, I prefer chronologically gifted. As you become more chronologically gifted, you're listening more and more to this voice. But that strikes me as fascinating as well, because as we become more chronologically gifted, people are afraid to do a new thing. And as you mentioned, this thing with Bill is a new thing. Talk to me about what it means to age and not be afraid to do a new thing.
Well, I think as an artist, my goal has always been to do something new. I mean, I think until the day that he calls me home, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just keep trying to push the envelope for myself as an artist and do new things. I don't like staying in sameness.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, the beauty of working with Bill, for example, is that because it's just the two of us, we don't there is no sameness. The only sameness in what Bill and I do is the songs,
Mm-hmm.
the titles,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but everything else that Bill and I do it's new every time,
Yeah.
every song. I mean, we, and that is wonderful. But I think just on a bigger scale, as we get older, I think for a lot of people, they are afraid. And what I try to do as an artist, and when I get on stage, like at Leimert Park,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, I try to show people, and especially older people, that you don't have to give up and you don't have to be afraid to step
Yes.
into new things,
Yes. Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
Yes. Yeah.
because that's where our blessings come from. And that,
Yeah.
Tavis, as you know, is what keeps us young,
Yeah.
mentally young, spiritually young, and physically young at heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
And it gives us energy.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, we are all spiritual beings. We all have that possibility, and it's about tuning into that spirit and listening to the spirit, which a lot of people are afraid to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to show the positivity and the outcome of listening
Yeah.
and not being afraid.
So Dee Dee knows I live in L.A. I don't know that Dee Dee knows. Dee Dee knows two things. She knows I live in L.A. She knows,
Yes.
I'm sure she knows, or I'm sure her team told her, that this radio program is nationally syndicated, so she's being heard all across the country right now. But she may not know is that this studio is in Leimert Park. So part of what made
No,
oh yeah. So I'm literally like 2 blocks from where you were this weekend. I mean, that my studio.
get
I'm
out of
sitting.
here.
I'm
I
serious.
love it.
I'm sitting right here in Leimert Park, and so I consider it a signal honor every day for this program to emanate live across the nation from Leimert Park. And
From
Dee Dee,
Leimert Park.
yeah,
That's
Dee Dee was here this
beautiful.
weekend at the Leimert Park Jazz Festival, and that's why I ran into that guy at that birthday party. Was bragging about him having seen her at the Leimert Park Jazz Festival and how great this Dee Dee person was, and now he knows her last name now, thanks to our conversation. And I'm sure he's out buying Dee Dee Bridgewater content now that he can recall the last name. So, Bill, you made reference earlier, and I want to give you some room here to work this out for me. So unpack for me, unwrap for me, if you will, this gift that you referenced earlier that is Dee Dee Bridgewater on this project, Elemental. Sir, it's all yours.
Well, first of all, if you take two combustible elements off of the periodic table and put them together, chemistry is instant. That's what happened when we got together to sing and play. We were in a dance right away. And the trust was there instantly. And the wonder that somehow we were in each other's heads. We were able to both complete each other's thoughts and almost have a certain telepathy to the way that we were playing and making music together. It was instant chemistry. And the beauty is that that chemistry has grown and grown. The trust gets deeper and deeper. And now, well, it was always extemporaneous, but it is even more spontaneous than ever. And we trust it. It can go anywhere, even just listening for a second to a couple of tracks from the record. Now, I've not listened to that in a long time, and we've played those tunes numerous times since. It's totally different. It was taking me on a little journey, and I thought, oh, listen to what happened there. Oh, listen to that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Listen to the dance and listen to the clarity of it and the conversation of it. Dee Dee Bridgewater is a storyteller. She's an actor. She's a master musician. She is a master improviser. And she is a risk taker. And she embraces everyone who's around her. And especially when we are creating together, that dance is always there, central to the two of us, but it's also reaching out. It's also reaching out and taking in from the audience, from the fifth tier, last row to the front row. All of that. And we're both in conversation too. You know, I always feel that up on a shelf is Duke Ellington and Monk and Earl Hines and Louis Armstrong and Miles Davis and Billie Holiday and all these giants. They're always up there, and we're in conversation with them too, and with the history of the music that we love. And I feel that it's an honor to be together and to be able to make that dance happen, that extemporaneous, spontaneous dance. And with Dee Dee, it's the most natural thing in the world. That chemistry was there from the jump. The second that we started to play together, we saw, oh, wow, this works. I mean, this really works. This is almost too easy to turn on the faucet of creativity. I don't mean that it's easy. You have a full box of tools, but it is easy. You know, I always say, the heart knows everything the head knows. You train the head, you trust the heart. Now, you have to train the head Olympically, but the heart really knows. The heart is intelligent. And if we go from that place, we can't lose. We can't miss.
Dee Dee, you didn't tell me he was also a philosopher. I knew he was a great pianist, but good Lord.
Right?
You didn't tell me that Bill was a philosopher, man. Hold that thought, Dee Dee. I'm up against the clock right now. When we come forward, I got some questions for the great philosopher, Bill Charlap, based on what he's already said. The chemistry part I get, but he leans so hard on trust. What is that about? What's the trust thing between two artists working together for the first time? What's the trust thing about? Chemistry I get. I'm going to let Bill unpack this trust thing for me. And then this notion that he raises of the stuff that he and Dee Dee take in from the audience. What's that about? So we're here to see the two of you on stage do your thing, but Bill is telling me they're taking something from us. Those of us who are in the audience, what's that about? Oh, it's going to be a great next half hour here with Dee Dee and Bill when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
Helping to stretch your moral and political imagination. This is Tavis Smiley.
I'm Bree Wood. Wood with BIN News Now. Thousands marched across LA for Labor Day demanding stronger worker protections and slamming President Trump for weakening unions.
I wanted to be out here to send a message that the working class deserve to be respected.
The White House responded saying the president is, quote, finally putting American workers first. Black residents of St. Louis are demanding justice after the U.S. Army admitted to secretly spraying toxic zinc cadmium sulfide in their neighborhood during the 1950s. Black Representative Wesley Bell is backing calls for compensation as survivors link the exposure to long-term health issues. And Meek Mill says he's building an AI tool that can change the world. The rapper teased the project on X but hasn't shared details yet. Fans are curious and some skeptical as Meek expands his reach beyond music. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You deserve a car that thrills you, a car that puts goosebumps on your goosebumps. At Nissan, they've got everything from turbocharged SUVs to 100% electric vehicles that'll make your heart beat faster. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Naomi Osaka is playing like a Grand Slam tennis champion again. Osaka, the number 23 seed at the U.S. Open, eliminated Coco Gauff, the number 3 seed. Osaka needed only 64 minutes to beat Gauff 6-3 and 6-2. Gauff had 33 unforced errors. Osaka, a 4-time Grand Slam champion, is in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam event for the first time in 4.5 years. She faces Karolina Muchova of Czechia on Wednesday. Venus Williams advanced to the quarterfinals of the doubles competition at the U.S. Open. The 45-year-old Venus and Leylah Fernandez beat Ekaterina Alexandrova and Zhang Shuai 6-3 and 6-4. Venus and the 22-year-old Fernandez had never played together before this year's U.S. Open. They will play in the quarterfinals today against Taylor Townsend and Katerina Siniakova. You can catch today's doubles match live on ESPN at 1 p.m. Pacific Time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Less monologue, more dialogue. Tavis Smiley continues right now.
You ain't been blue. You ain't been blue till you've had that mood indigo, that feeling goes stealing down to my shoes while I sit and sigh. Go long blues.
I'm glad Dee Dee Bridgewater listened to that inner voice. Of course, my only question is why it took so long to tell her to reach out to Bill Charlap, because you hear the two of them together, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I am honored to be in conversation with Dee Dee Bridgewater and Bill Charlap in this hour as we celebrate their new project. It's called Elemental. And Bill was opining a moment ago about chemistry and trust and the audience. I'm going to take them one at a time. The chemistry thing, Bill Charlap, I get. Talk to me about the trust. When you said that you and Dee Dee, off the break, trusted each other. Between a pianist and an artist, a vocalist, what's that trust thing about?
Well, there are the technical things, like Dee Dee has perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly where the beat is always. We know exactly where each other's beat is always. That's very important. And that we're able to take out anything that's superfluous. When you're just a duo, you're both having a conversation. Sometimes you're both speaking at the same time too, because in music you're doing that. So one leads, one follows, and that can change on a dime, back and forth. It's like all the great dance partners, or as the Bergmans, Alan and Marilyn Bergman said to me,
yeah.
One washes, one dries.
That's it.
Something like that. And trust. Well, when somebody loves you into being, anyone in your life that sees you, that's able to really see you and feel who you are at your essence and celebrate all of the things that you are, then they become a part of you and you become a part of them forever. It's the way that we augment each other and the way that there is really no death in life, just other planes of existence. That's what I think about that. And I think that certainly Dee Dee and I had that from the beginning. an ability to see each other and celebrate each other, and that's trust. Now, it's the same thing as connecting with an audience, whether you're connecting with, well, let me explain it this way. You know, when you have a piece of music or a recording, something that you love, that means so much to you, something that speaks to you, and it always feels like I'm the only one that possibly could have experienced this in this special way. We all feel that about things that we love because it is actually true. At the same time, it's collective. It belongs to everybody. What I'm getting at is, let's say you have a piece of music or a recording that you love listening to and you listen to it alone. What if you bring one other person into the room who also hears it with you, and that you hear it together? All of a sudden, it expands. It becomes three-dimensional somehow. It's like listening in spiritual surround sound. And that is what happens with an audience. It happens one to one. It can happen with 3,000 people or one-on-one. And all of those connections happening all at the same time. When you perform and we have the collective unconscious of others in the room, we become expanded exponentially. So that's what I think that's about.
Did you hear that spiritual surround sound?
Hold on a second. Wait. Wait. Sorry.
Dee Dee, you still there?
I'm trying to be here. Lord have mercy.
Did you hear that spiritual surround sound reference?
What's going on? My phone froze.
Uh-oh. Dee Dee's frozen.
Sorry. I'm frozen.
Can we unfreeze her? Y'all,
can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear us, Dee Dee?
Okay. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I freaked out. My phone froze when we're. Yes, I heard the spiritual surround sound.
Yeah.
But this is Bill. This is Bill. You cannot imagine, Tavis, being in the company of this gentleman on stage, doing the music and having this conversation, and some of the quips he can come up with when we speak in between songs.
I'm sure.
I mean, I love it. Spiritual surround sound. Bill, I don't know. Welcome to my world with Bill Charlap.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful world.
It sounds like, maybe I can answer my own question, the one I'm about to pose at least. It sounds like the answer is the minute y'all got together, but when did you know that this inner voice that had spoken to you about working with Bill Charlap was on point, Dee Dee?
Well, the minute we got together, seriously.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The minute we got together to rehearse, it was evident, to me. The thing, if I can readdress, trusting the voice, the inner voice.
Sure.
The thing that sometimes will throw us off is that we will look at this inner voice and we will look at the thing that it is directing us to. And in my case, it's Bill Charlap. I said, okay. I mean, Bill has his world that he lives in, and he has stayed largely in the American songbook and, doing what I call classic jazz. I have been all over the place. I have, because of this voice that I listen to. So my music has just been all over the place. So my question to myself was, well, how will this work? Because, Bill being where he is and where I'm coming from. But when we got together, it was instant. It was an instant chemistry. There was an instant understanding of each other musically that for me was surprising. But at the same time, Bill made me feel so comfortable as an artist and as a person that I lost any question about what this was about.
Yeah. So all of that begs the obvious question for me, which I want to pose to Bill and Dee Dee when we come forward in our conversation with them. So you heard Dee Dee say a moment ago that she's been all over the place, given the voice that she has and has been blessed with. And Bill, to her mind, has pretty much stayed with the American songbook. So the obvious question is, how do they figure out what Elemental was going to be? what was going to be on Elemental? That's the question for Dee Dee and Bill when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
From California to the Carolinas, everybody's listening to Tavis. More when we come forward.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land lost before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandlost.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
More honesty than you can handle. More empowerment than you can imagine. You're tuned in to Tavis Smiley.
For sale, appetizing, young love for sale, love that's fresh and still unspoiled, love that's only slightly soiled, love for sale.
Just trying to give you a taste of what is on this project. Elemental with Dee Dee Bridgewater and Bill Charlap, our guest in this hour. Delighted to have them. I read one reviewer, Dee Dee, who referred to Elemental as the cherry atop your Sunday of recordings. They were talking about this 12-album digital re-release explosion that we are blessed to experience, thanks to Dee Dee. But they were again they referred to Elemental as the cherry atop this Sunday of recordings, which for me begs the obvious question about this cherry on top, and how the two of you got together, with your being all over the place, Bill being in the American Songbook. How did we decide what Elemental was going to be, Dee Dee?
Well, it was simply about us picking songs that we both knew.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now Bill knows everything, so it was more about the songs that I knew. But just songs that we felt very comfortable with, performing together. And yeah, and you know what, Tavis, it happens when we're getting ready to put a show together.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel like, no, I don't feel like doing that one tonight, or one of us will feel like, it can be collective, it can be one of us, but it's really about where we feel comfortable. And that was what it was about when we were selecting the songs.
Yeah.
Where we both felt comfortable and staying with that and respecting each other in that and not forcing. There has been no forcing
Yeah.
on either side, trying to get the other person to come over. We have met on a common ground, and it's really about mutual respect.
Yeah.
And so that's how these songs happened.
Yeah. Now that Elemental is pressed, Bill, what do you think of what the two of you have done?
Well, when I listen to it, I am looking at a wonderful three-dimensional photo of a moment in time that lives forever because it's frozen there in that wonderful technology. Not frozen, it lives when I listen to it. It's really quite alive.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating because it's so different from how we would do it anytime. In fact, that happened on the date. I must tell you that this is the most fun I've ever had in the recording studio. I've been in a lot of recording studios.
Mm-hmm.
This was the most fun, bar none, that I've ever had. It was so easy. It was so much fun. It was like two kids, who were best friends holding hands and skipping in the park and then falling down. I said there were some takes where we were, we always jump into the deep end of the pool and start out some way. And there was one take where we got to about a minute and 30 seconds and we fell down and skinned our knee. And Dee Dee laughed and I laughed. And we caught our breath and Dee said, okay, let's go again. Okay. And then we got to about 2 minutes and 15 seconds and then we fell down. And laughed and laughed and laughed. And we said, okay, let's go again. And each time we went again, we went in a completely different direction. It was never the same. It wasn't like we were trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And finally we got to the end, maybe 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Safe. Shh, let it go.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Oh, I love it.
That's the way that it was. It was just jumping in. And it's the same way with, I keep saying the heart knows everything the head knows. That's what happened with the repertoire too.
Yeah.
Because they tell so many different kinds of stories, these songs. And I think that we could feel just by listening to the heart what was the next song to do, the next story to tell.
Yeah.
Caravan tells a very different story than Here's That Rainy Day, tells a very different story than Swonderful or Honeysuckle Rose. And it is interesting that we ended up with three pieces of Duke Ellington,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
a piece of Fats Waller, and then there's two Cole Porter songs. That's interesting. The way Porter told music and lyrics in his very special way. A song by Jimmy Van Heusen, and a song by Harry Warren, and a song by Gershwin. I think that that's it.
No, it's an amazing piece of work. It is called Elemental. It makes my job a lot easier when you have two guests who are both brilliant storytellers. How lucky am I? Made this hour easy. Dee Dee Bridgewater and Bill Charlap. Our remaining moments with them when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
This is getting good.
Yeah, man.
Tavis Smiley continues when we come forward.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada, member FDIC.
Helping to make you the most knowledgeable person in your circle of friends. This is Tavis Smiley.
It's marvelous. You should care for me. It's awful nice. It's paradise. It's what I long to see.
I got about 90 seconds left in this conversation, Dee Dee. I can talk to you and Bill for hours. Did I miss anything, Miss Bridgewater?
No, nothing.
Okay.
This has been fantastic.
Bill Charlap, did I miss anything, sir?
You are the top, Tavis Smiley.
Nah, you are too kind. You are too kind. The top would be Dee Dee Bridgewater and Bill Charlap.
No, you are. What a blessing you are, Tavis.
Well, I appreciate that, sweetie. And I feel the same way about you, as you well know. I was laughing when Bill was talking earlier about this being the most fun he'd ever had in the studio. Those two words go together, Dee Dee and fun. If you're ever with Dee Dee Bridgewater, you're going to have some fun. She'll see to that. So to that, as we said in the Black Church, I just say amen. I've never been in Dee Dee's company and not had an awfully good time. I thank Dee Dee Bridgewater. I thank Bill Charlap for honoring me by coming on this program to discuss the new project. It's called Elemental. I've tried to give you a taste of it with some of the tracks as we move through this hour, and there you have it. Bill, I appreciate you, my friend. All the best to you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you so much.
And Dee Dee, you know, after all these years, I still love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
I love you back, and you got me for the rest of your life.
I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. Just like that, 3 hours gone. Back here tomorrow, Lord willing, to do it all over again. Until tomorrow, thanks for listening to Tavis Smiley, and as always, keep the faith.
I long to see. my dear, it's 4-leaf clover time. From now on, my heart's working overtime. It's wonderful, it's marvelous, that you should care for, that you should care for, that you should care for me.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Thousands marched across LA for Labor Day demanding stronger worker protections and slamming President Trump for weakening unions.
I wanted to be out here to send a message that the working class deserve to be respected.
The White House responded saying the president is, quote, finally putting American workers first.